Tobias, JD kind of had his fingerprints all over the game. He was a game high, plus 17. Where did you kind of see him being most effective, whether it was offensive boards, defense, whatever you saw?
Just being active all game long. I thought, he was all over the game, but I thought just his movements on the offensive end and defensive end, he was like all over the place. So just getting offensive boards, creating winning plays, extra plays for the whole group, extra effort plays. And that's what playoff basketball is about, is just exerting yourself all throughout the game and stepping up. And I thought he did a great job of that, just embracing this moment. First game of the second round at home. It's the type of energy we need from him consistently on a nightly basis. But also I just think, it's the playoffs and he's finding his footing. And game by game, he's just continuing to improve and just fuel off of the last game. I'm proud of him, and he's just got to keep it going.
Tobias, you guys talked a lot about just getting off to a better start, to lead by 18 in the first quarter, and then from that point on, it's just responding to runs. What allowed you guys to get off to a hot start, and then what did you like about how you set that tone early?
I thought our defense was dialed in early in the game. We just were in the moment of getting stops, getting plays, offensively, figuring out ways that we can kind of get the mismatches we want, but just playing off of our, off of our rhythm and our movement. And I thought overall we did a good job of attacking them and figuring out who we wanted to put in the plays and just finding our flow out there. So, it's like I say, teams that go to Game 7 usually relax in this type of game. We said before the game, don't let that be our team, right? And so for us, it's coming out with that type of energy, that type of fuel to keep us going. Embrace the crowd, embrace this moment, and just find our rhythm.
Tobias, along those same lines, is there something in the start of this series that you could say you took from the last series and applied, stuff that you guys talk about, what you learned from going 7 games, and did you see it manifest itself in tonight's game?
Yeah, well, the first one was protect our court, obviously. And then outside of that, win a possession game. We talk about early in the game. I thought we could have even done a better job of being on the glass. So there's things in this game that we can take as well and get better at and fuel us for the next game. This is what this game is about now, is those type of adjustments to be made. They'll make an adjustment, but at the same time, there are things that we could have done better out there as well, especially to sustain that lead. I mean, we got it tied up there. It's not something that we want, but we were able to figure out plays and ways to get ourselves out of that. I thought just the presence of Cade and JD getting downhill, Duncan shooting tonight, DJ coming off the bench and just being aggressive for us and being that spark was huge. So total team effort, and we just got to keep it rolling.
Hey, Tobias, you talked about the fast start you guys had, but what are your thoughts about the way this team was able to come together and finish in the fourth quarter, especially those last 3-4 minutes after they tied the game?
Just staying composed. I think everybody kind of understands from the last round. We've been here before, so just staying relaxed. There was one point in the game we were down. We were up 10 points, but it was kind of like just changing the narrative of our body language and our energy of we're still up 10 points. It's playoff basketball. Understand that they've made a little run here, but let's put a halt to their run and really figure out a way to get back up in this game. So I think we've learned a lot from the Orlando series as well to take us to this one. And, for our whole entire team and our group, it's embracing this experience. It's embracing playoff basketball. But it's also staying ready and taking it moment by moment, game after game. And I think we were able to do that tonight, and you saw that in the plays we were making offensively and defensively.
Tobias, you mentioned defense. You guys attacked right from the start. It looked like they finished with 20 turnovers. You guys had 31 points off of turnovers. With their guards, everybody knows who their guards are. Is that imperative that you guys attack the way you did, especially on their guards?
Yeah, man, but that's our system defensively. We know they have guys who can get buckets out there at the guard position. So it's really maintaining them and making every single one of their looks hard. They're dynamic scorers, can score from the three, off the bounce, and can get to the rim. So, we have to be as solid and as present as ever with our system defensively. And I thought we did a good job of that in a lot of spurts tonight.
Tobias, after Game 4 in the Orlando series, you talked about how you guys needed to play with more urgency and needed to, meet the moment better throughout this postseason. And ever since, you guys have won 4 straight. And you've kind of touched on some of the, areas that you guys have grown. But what have you seen specifically from this team since that moment that's allowed you to be where you are?
Oh, I think we're playing like a step quicker in terms of like our instincts on the floor. Offensively and defensively, just moving to space. We still could do better. There was many plays out there with 50-50 basketballs that we have to get. We still have to dominate the game in terms of making those extra effort winning plays. Those are huge in playoffs. Some of those are chase down blocks. Some of those are, tonight we turned it over and DJ got the steal back. And those type of momentum shifting plays are huge in this type of environment and for our team. And so, I still think we can do a better job of that, all of us collectively. But I think that in terms of those plays and our instincts offensively and defensively, we have picked it up. And we seem a little bit more awake and alive in many different areas, which is good for us.
Tobias, I know it's only been one game against those guys, but after 7 against Orlando, in what ways does Cleveland feel different, either physically, stylistically, compared to the Magic?
That's a brand new series, and the Magic series is over. This is a different dynamic of a team. A lot of scorers in this group that can get buckets. Big team as well. Orlando's a big team. But I just think, dynamic team, and they just present different guys out there who can come in the game and shake some things up. So, they're in the second round for a reason. And so for us, it's a new test. Obviously, I think yesterday, just us getting in the gym, getting the game plan, it was kind of like, okay, Orlando's over. It's on to the next chapter now. Everybody get your film out. Get your personnel out, get ready, and understand who we're going against here, understand our coverages and what we're in and how we can be the best at our system. So that's what this series presents. But, we're up for the challenge, and I thought tonight we did a great job of that. All right. Thank you, guys.